910 Sports with Ikon E and Jacob the Great. For podcasters who speak their minds, not afraid to go against the grain while discussing the latest topics in the NBA, NFL, college football, basketball, and more. Giving the latest interviews and spotlighting the youth of today and tomorrow and the coaches who put it all together while building championship programs.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's your boy Ikon E. And we got we here this morning on 910 Sports. And my partner Jacob, the great. He went in and out. I think he's back. Okay, there we go. So this morning, y'all, man, it's not too many times you have an opportunity to have family on a show. Or whatever, especially in a sports arena, that's actually out here doing big things and making stuff happen for themselves or whatever. So this morning we have got the pleasure on here to have somebody in an arena that I watched growing up. I'm not super familiar with it, so that's why we're gonna get his story today or whatever, and find out exactly how this works. So he's in the bodybuilding field. And so this morning we have a family member and so far just talking with him, a great man. My guy here, Carlos. How you doing, my man?
I'm doing all right because what's going on and what's going on, y'all? How y'all doing?
Good. Can you hear down there, Jacob?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. So, man, we're going to kind of get right into it, man. So, first and foremost, I just want to thank God for this opportunity once again to be able to come on here and have this platform, because he could have gave it to anybody else and he gave it to us. So, he woke us up this morning when I know a lot of people out there dealing with a lot of things. I just had a friend of mine just have a heart attack this past week, so I'm still waiting on news on that to see what's going on with that, whatever. Oh. So, you might know him. We'll talk about him all. You might know him. Eric Haley. I don't know if you know Eric Haley.
That name sounds familiar. Is that Brendan Haley's brother?
I'm not sure.
In the ponds?
Yeah, he used to stay out there in the bricks, but I forgot his sister's name.
That might be Brendan.
He's kind of like Tron Chavis, and he's kind of the Chavis.
Yep.
Like that. Yeah. So, but anyway, we can get into the story, man. So basically, man, how early on were you into bodybuilding?
To be honest with you, man, when I first decided to start, focusing on the bodybuilding discipline, I think I'll say it was around 2009. I'm in the military. I've been in 15 years and counting right now. And I used to be stationed in Fort Lee, Virginia. And there was a time where I was going to one of our little mini stores inside, and the former, I forgot his name, but the former Mr. Universe was in there, and he was signing autographs. He wasn't that tall. He would probably have been about 5'6", 5'7", but he was built like a superhero, man. And at that time, being in the military, 2009, I was very physically fit, but I was real thin because, especially back in those early military days, if you can't run, you can't do anything as far as the military is concerned. So I was really lean because that's all we did was running. But I talked to him. He sat down and he told me different books I needed to read. So I have a few books with like Arnold Schwarzenegger, Ronnie Coleman, and guys like that. And then, you hear their story and see where they came, and then all of the effort that goes to doing it. So that was like my first exposure was like that Mr. Universe at that time in 2009, and then started reading the books. So I went to Cuba. I had a stint there in the military. I came back, and when I came back, I ended up going to Maryland to be stationed in Maryland, and from then that's when I started like really focusing on the bodybuilding portion of fitness. Started doing that, and I think what I lacked at that time was some sense of consistency, right?
Okay.
But I was getting results, but not the results that I was expecting. Um, added to my effort that I was putting in the gym.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of had a lapse there because I was focusing on other things like my career, study human resources.
Okay.
From there, I left Maryland and I went to Fort Stewart, and I got a little bit more in depth with bodybuilding, but things didn't hit its pinnacle for me as far as like focusing and like this is what I want to do until I met a gentleman by the name of Ron Emerson. He was Mr. Quantico. He was Mr. USA, and he was Mr. America as far as the clean bodybuilding circuit goes. Because in the
Mm-hmm.
military, I really have to watch some of the performance enhancers and things that I take, because if I take something that's outside my left and my right limits, I could put myself in jeopardy of my main career, right?
Okay.
So I got in contact with Ron Emerson, and I was working. What was that?
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay.
You good. You good.
So I got with Mr. Ron. He's been like a big brother to me as far as like this discipline that I taken. So I started getting in depth in my workouts. But what happened, the defining point for me is when I was a drill sergeant and I did an exercise 100 times. We do this type of it's an obstacle course called Fit to Win. And I
Mm-hmm.
had my soldiers that I was training, my riflemen that I was training to be soldiers. And there's this exercise where you go under a beam and over a beam, under a beam and over a beam. And I'm telling you, I could have done this exercise. I probably did this specific obstacle probably 30, 40 times with no issues. And I did one movement like I've done 1,000 times, and I went under a beam. When I went over the beam, brother, I tore my hip. And when I tore my hip, it felt like a zipper tearing. Like you could literally hear it. I heard it in my body say zip.
Mm.
And I didn't say anything. I kept going. I finished. So 6 months later, I'm still dealing with the pain. I'm chewing on ibuprofen and things, or different types of painkillers like they were chewables. And then my boss forced me to go to the hospital. Found out I had the surgery. That I had the injury. I had surgery a month later. And at that time, while I'm sitting in a bed for like 5 days, knowing that I got weeks before I can, get back to my regular self, I'm feeling like a shell of myself, defeated, get phone calls from folks. The moment I was able to get myself outside of the bed, I used a cane for maybe 6 months. And at that time it hit. I said, I can either feel sorry for myself, or I can utilize these things that I've been learning, these principles I've gotten from bodybuilding, I can focus. And then my passion for bodybuilding just like increased there. And I was able to get myself back 100% full mobility. And then it's just been contagious as far as like my desire to just like to do everything I can bodybuilding. It went from the physical aspect to the cerebral aspect, learning different body types, knowing that in nature there's 3 body types in bodybuilding, no matter what the ethnic group is. You got one that's ectomorph, is the smallest body type, which was me, and then learning how to gain and lose from there. Then you got the mesomorph, is just in between the small body type and the bigger body type, and how to gain or lose between that body type. And then the endomorph, which is the biggest body type of all of them, the meso and the ecto, and learning how to gain and lose between them. So once you start learning all that, it's just empowering, and not from an egotistical standpoint, but from a humble and a encouragement standpoint. You just feel empowered. It's like, okay, I can do this. And then you share that information, and you get folks that listen, and then people that see that it's a lot of work. But at the end of the day, when you get the results back from all that stuff, man, it's just like it's like breathing air. It's like breathing oxygen. You got to have it. It's like drinking your favorite soda, eating your favorite food. Once you are surrounded by that energy, it's one of those fixes that you got to have it. You got to have it, brother.
So, Through all that, how many competitions have you been in? Do you know, like, like a ballpark number of?
Ballpark figure.
Yeah.
So right now, still, I'm in training. I had one that was supposed to been popping off before the whole COVID, and I got myself ready for it. Did the tanning, did the shaving, and all that stuff, and then a week later, COVID hit and everything got shut down. So right now, I'm at 215 pounds, and comparatively
Okay, so
speaking,
hold on. So when you said okay, you said something. You said tanning.
they
So
don't.
you have
It
to,
doesn't matter the skin tone, man. When you're getting ready for a competition, you got to tan, you got to shave. Even if you don't have no hair, you got to shave and you got to tan.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
Because what it does is it shows the different portions of every muscle. Because when you getting judged, man, you getting judged. You ever seen like dog shows and stuff? How they see these animals and they looking at every single portion of the animal. Same thing with us, man. Some people's delts are more pronounced than others. Some people's back muscles, some people's lats are bigger. Some people's pectorials, triceps are bigger. And what they're trying to see is they're trying to see your total body concept. And they're going to judge you, tell you what you need to work out. Even if you win, they're going to tell you what you need to work on. And when you go back to the next show, I hope you worked on them because them judges remember.
So basically, it's almost like a beauty contest in bodybuilding
Yes,
when you
absolutely.
do these competitions.
Absolutely, bro.
Okay.
And it's savage, man. It's savage. Like, it was one show I told myself before COVID I was going to enter the show, and there was this dude up there, brother. He was 180 pounds. He looked like he was every bit 250. Nothing but muscles, muscle and skin. And I said, man, I'm not about to go out here and embarrass myself this day. And Ryan was cracking up, man.
Okay. Now,
Like, hey,
do they drug test? Do they drug test? Because I know at one time bodybuilding and certain things like that was infamous for like people thinking steroids and things of that nature. So do they do a lot of drug testing before a competition?
absolutely. Absolutely. If you dirty, you're not gonna be able to compete. Like, there's things out here in this world that you can do to gain. So my mentor Ron, he was in the clean circuit, and that's what I'm doing because that's the only way for me being in. Like I said, I'm in the military still. I'm still active in the military, and when it comes to that, we are extremely strict on when it comes to this. No drugs. You know, if you get anything else, you might as well kiss your career goodbye. You know, and that's my primary source, man. It's something about taking pride in defending our nation too, brother. You know, and then by me having to do it like that, doing it as a straight, I guess we call it straight edge. I have to put extra work in. But a good example is stuff out here, man. There's options out here. Right, I got right here something called carbo gain, right?
Yeah.
And what carbo gain is something tasty you can put in any of your drinks, and you can put it in your drinks. And what it does is that it assists you with the gaining process. Like, for instance, I'm an ectomorph by natural body type. That was the smallest body type. So for me to be 215 now is nothing but a blessing. But the science behind it is I drink carbs. You know how you got bread and you got rice and things that are carbs,
Yeah.
and they tell you that if you want to gain weight, you take that. If you want to lose weight, you got to subtract carbs, and it's literally science behind that. So I mix it in a drink with maybe some tea or something, and each drink I have like this is the equivalent of 3 to 4 bowls of rice. So I have 3 to 4 of these a day. And what it does is when I get enough carbs in my system, it'll stave off me burning protein, and thus I'll grow because I'm still keeping these carbs in me and I can gain that weight. But the moment that I extract carbs out my body, man, my metabolism's like a jet fuel engine, man. I lose 30 pounds in a month, man.
Okay. Have you won any of your competitions? Like,
No, not yet, man. I told my mentor the moment I win, when I'm probably gonna cry on stage, man, like a beauty pageant, like you said, man. Because you know, like when you see all the work, man, it's just like any other professional discipline that you got out there, man. You win a championship, it's just like winning a championship. When you look back at all the work that you've done to get there, man, it's emotionally overwhelming, brother.
Okay. Yes. So how many people, like I know you have we've had a few people like Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I think a couple other people that actually was Lou Ferrigno that came from the bodybuilding world.
Mm-hmm.
How often do y'all see in this day and time somebody going and switching over to the acting world or entertainment field?
So with that, man, you just have to be in the right place at the right time. And I can just say it short and sweet like that. Like being on the East Coast, if it happens, for someone like that, they might be like in Atlanta or something like that, and they just be in that one moment where they were just around, where it was just free enterprise for acting, or they were just seeking those opportunities. But for the most part, man, when you get a lot of people out this bodybuilding, they so focused is them weights, man. You ever seen them old commercials where I guess it was old Geico commercials, like what do? I pick things up and put things down. Man, we be solely focused, man. Like I'm up right now, and as soon as everything's done today, I'm about to go put my gym clothes on and go straight and go eat some weights, man.
Yeah. So what's the biggest part of the country, like for bodybuilding? What's the part of the country that's known for the most?
I say, man, the West Coast get after it, man. Because that's what Gold's Gyms and all those stuff originated from that West Side, and us on the East Coast, man. Seeing it is one thing, but then once when it started coming over here, like as far as the early '90s to now, it just has been a culture wave, man. It just started just happening, man. Because I think when you look at us as Americans, man, what's the biggest problem that we got as an American society, man? We love food, man, and it's in abundance.
Yeah.
And if you go get a steak, cuz guess what Carlos about to do? I'm about to get a steak with y'all. No questions asked. Bodybuilding or not, man. We are like, food's an issue, and it's not a bad issue because thank God you got a lot of these countries right here that out in the world that might not have it in abundance like we do because of just how great America is, man. But I think that the driving force between fitness is the fact that we as a community realize that we need to get a lot more health conscious.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think we've gotten a little bit better with you having the juice bars and the vegan foods and things of that nature, and even like some of the fast foods. And like McDonald's changed this oil years ago, so them bomb fries we used to eat don't taste like bomb fries no more. They taste kind of bland to me. You know what I'm saying?
Don't tell me that, man. Please don't tell me that.
I don't know last time we ate McDonald's fries, but them the same, man. It ain't the McDonald's fries we grew up on.
Bruh, man, I ain't had a McDonald's fry in probably about 6 years, man. But when I smell people eat a McDonald's fry, man, I stay beside them, man. I be like, "Is you be eating your fries right now?" I be like, "For real?" I be inhaling that oil, man. Be like, man, the moment I win anything, that and a Pepsi, man. I ain't had a Pepsi in about 7 years, man. I said the moment I win anything, bro, I'm gonna drink like a whole liter, man. 2 liters, man. Them things are so good, man.
Yeah, so that's the thing. So you don't eat fast food, you don't drink sodas, and you I guess.
Now, hey, look, you ain't gonna hear me cap over here now. Now I eat fast food, man. I had a issue with McDonald's. I like McDonald's now, them fries. I eat some fast food, but I try to keep it in moderation. But sodas, I haven't had a soda in probably 7 to 8 years, and that's one of my guilty pleasures, man. Like every day I wake up, I'd have to have a 12-ounce can of Pepsi because it's a nostalgia thing for me. My grandfather, when I was younger, I used to go to school. Before I go to school, I sit with my grandfather Clyde, and we would always drink a Pepsi. And then we drink a Pepsi, then I go to school. So really? It's just one of those things that, like, and Pepsi is amazing, man. I don't know the last time you had a Pepsi, man.
Shoot, about 2 days ago, but I drink like Diet Pepsi, like Diet Pepsi, Diet Mountain Dew, Diet orange sodas or whatever. I try not to drink them as much as I can, but being out on the road as much as I do, I try to drink as much water, Gatorade, stuff like that as when I can, or whatever the case. It's funny too. You were talking about the steroid thing. I remember we was in middle school, and folks were walking around with the amino acids.
Oh yeah.
And we didn't really know what it was, but I just remember everybody said, "Oh, this make you strong, like Incredible Hulk, and make you muscles or whatever." But we didn't realize like the danger, especially in middle school, the danger of taking a pill like that. I never took one, but I remember somebody was going around like trying to sell them off, trying to sell them like they was almost like it was dope. You know what I'm saying?
So, but to a young kid, it is, man, because you already got enough vitamin stuff in your body because you're still growing. You know, you still got all them stem cells in your system. But amino acids, man, amino acids as our age, you know, within our age group are good, man. But you just gotta know what your body's lacking. Like everybody's body's different. And when it comes to different natural amino acids in your body, man, it just take one amino acid that can help your health exponentially, man. Like people that got iron deficiencies, there's things for that. Like but what I've learned through the whole fitness process, man, that when you do aminos, that's good. But if you can find something that could be as close to what we considered a mineral as possible, that's going to be more healthy for you. And the reason I'm saying mineral instead of a vitamin is because the main reason, when you look at the periodic table, everything's minerals, right? Minerals, gold, and all that stuff. And almost every vitamin is in some way a parallel to a mineral. I don't know if you remember Dr. Sebi. Before Dr. Sebi passed away, God bless his soul. Before Dr. Sebi passed away, didn't have an institutionalized degree in it, but he just understood how things work, right? The body is supposed to have minerals in it. And we were, as a global community in America, we're getting that before we started getting all this processed food. Because the only thing that can turn a mineral into a digestible substance is a plant. And we were eating a lot of greens. We were eating all that stuff, right? So you got the ground and you got all these different type of minerals, iron, copper, all that stuff. And what the plant does is from the sun, they'll transmit that into the ground, and they absorb all that nutrients. And then when we were eating it, we were a lot healthier all around. I'm not saying we're not healthy now, but as far as a whole, we were a lot healthier together versus, this small section, the ones that run, and then the ones that bodybuild, and the ones that conduct athletics, right? Even though we're living longer, we're still not as healthy as we were then. And the reason why I'm saying that, look at COVID now versus how we used to catch things back in the day. We don't go outside like that as a whole. Everybody's stuck playing video games and everything's inside. So once you get outside to nature, it kind of affects your body a little bit different because you haven't predisposed yourself to those free radicals and things outside. You know what it is. As soon as we sitting in the house too long, go and take yourself outside, Eddie. Go play.
Yeah.
What was you doing? Outside playing.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. Let me ask you a question, Carlos. You're a bodybuilder, so I know that you are a freak of nature. I know you're a freak of nature when it comes to personal training.
Oh yeah, savage.
And so when I was working out, I need to get back to it. I fell off a little bit. So let's talk about pre-workout, creatine, and post-workout.
Okay.
And
too easy.
The supplemental form.
Okay, let's go for it. You talking my talk
Go
now,
ahead.
man. I'm about to hit you with some science. All right. So, like for instance, like right now, what I'm doing now, as a food supplement, since I didn't cook no eggs or nothing, I got this carb drink right here with a little tea, just a little flavor, but this is going to sustain me to work out. Pre-workout, I know people that don't use pre-workout, but I like pre-workout. I'll do pre-workout, and then when I do my pre-workout, I'll mix my pre-workout with creatine, but it's a specific creatine. I use one called HC1, and it's not like the mono, to where you remember how they used to have creatine that used to load into your body, and when it loaded into your body, it took some time to load in your body, and you could have tummy irritation from it if you didn't eat or nothing. but they got creatines right now where it just loads in your body.
Mm-hmm.
So I do my workouts. I'm one of those individuals that don't believe in overdoing it. I believe in more consistency and pushing. So as I'm working out, after I take my creatine, I might take another carb drink so I don't drink that much water, so I can focus and keep all of those gains, like the pumps from those workouts in me. But one thing a lot of people don't realize is that after you complete your workout, you have a time frame between 30 minutes to put some type of protein into your body, because your body's going through a cannibalistic state within 30 minutes, and it's called, like, I call it muscle synthesis. So after you finish working out, you need to replenish your body with some carbs or some type of protein. And what that does is that keep the gains that you just made while you in the gym,
So
that keeps them gains there. What you got, Jay?
So with that right there, what type of post workout do you recommend? So after you have the pre-workout, the creatine, and you done worked out for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, and those muscles are this way, and to really keep those muscles open and for them not to close back up, what type of post workout do you recommend? And then once you drink the post workout, because some post workout, when you drink it, you sit there for a little bit, about 10 minutes, you hit the shower, and then you go to bed. But some of that post workout works all through your body while you're sleeping as well. So what would you recommend?
I would recommend no post workout. I would recommend drinking Muscle Milk Pro Series.
Okay.
Because Muscle Milk Pro Series
is that even for?
Go ahead.
Is that even for a person? Is that even for a person with a bigger stature, like somebody that play offensive lineman or somebody like that? Is that still
absolutely
for their body the same? It is. Okay.
Absolutely, because the reason why you taking a post workout is to, in theory, do the same thing. See, what muscle milk is, it's the enzymes of milk without the lactate, so it's not sensitive to your stomach. And what it does is that it assists with your at that time after you finish your workout, your body is going in overdrive as far as metabolism. So it's trying to eat and heal, eat and heal, eat and heal. And that's from the cellular level. So you want to get that muscle milk to replenish. And once you get that muscle milk, you really won't need all of the post workouts, because sometimes post workouts have different types of aminos that your body doesn't need. You can get a lot of those different vitamins and that you need by just curbing processed food as much as possible. I'm not saying you're going to be able to get rid of all of processed food at one time, but things in moderation. Have more of a green and chicken regimen. Yeah, things that are actually carrots.
So what about the guys?
Go ahead.
So what about the guys
that's a little bit bigger?
Yeah, I'm an ex-football player, right? So I played my whole life, so I know how to. And when I'm working out, I lose weight fast, bro. Like chicks used to tell me, like, my God, man, like, why do y'all men lose weight so fast? So, but with that, man, what is an eating regimen that I need to stay on to keep it balanced? Because if you miss 2-3 days in the gym and you're eating, you can kind of tell through your body that the exterior is picking up when it used to be tight and lean.
Oh, definitely, Jay. So here's the thing. It was something that I talked about earlier. And if you get the opportunity, what I do is I send Big Cuz like the link. You remember how it's talked about in nature? There's 3 body types, right? You got 3 body types in nature. I don't care what the ethnic group is, where you from. It's been scientifically proven that there's only 3 body types. First thing, you got to figure out what your body type is. That's ecto, meso, and endomorph. Those are the 3 body types in nature. Once you find out what that is, then you got it would tell you the science behind your gaining and your losing. So for me, I'm an ectomorph. It tells me for me to gain that I need to ramp up on my carb intake. So I have to overload my body with probably 75% of my diet has to be carbs for me to keep gaining, because being a small body type, I got a high metabolism, and my high metabolism, the first thing that it goes and attacks aggressively is carbs.
Okay,
So
now, just for people that may not know or understand, because a lot of people don't understand when you say carbs. Be specific in what type of food, carb wise, food wise, that would be.
Okay. So when I'm talking about carbs is the on tap fuel that every human being has to have to do what we're doing, to be on this podcast, just to do everything task wise. The first thing we tap onto is carbs before we tap on protein. Carb, rice, breads, a lot of breads, anything that, like, if it's a regular standard wheat, those are all carbs. Potatoes, carbs. Those are different types of foods that assist your body, that on tap energy to keep you going and doing stuff, right? How can I break this down? So I can break carbs down. Are y'all familiar with carbs? Working on carbs?
A little bit.
Think of carbs as like gas in your car.
Yeah.
Like you gotta have the gas to propel yourself to go from here to here, and you always gotta fill that up, right? Because that's the first thing that burns in your car, right? And think of protein as oil.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta have oil to drive your car, and when you don't have enough gas in your car like you're supposed to, at some point you're gonna start burning through oil more, right? Because that's fuel. So the way the gain is that for my body type is to keep that gas in the car. And I keep that gas in the car, I can't burn through that oil. Okay. And with you, the way you said that you, Jay, the way that you said that you lose weight like this, you might be a mesomorph. And see, the mesomorph is the best body type in my opinion, because at will, depending on what your diet is and how you adjust your carbs up or down, it depends on if you gain or lose. And you got control over it in ways that I don't have control over. Like, I got to overload my body. I'm 215 pounds, and the most I've ever weighed in 39 years is 220. But the moment I stop this thing, man, Bubba, I'm at 185 pounds soaking wet. With you could take these carbs and you probably
this
you said what, good?
So this what happens with me, man. I say this what happens with me when I'm in the gym at least 5 days a week, and that's 5 days a week, 45-minute workouts, and not eating nothing after 7 p.m. If I do eat something, it'll be like a banana or some almonds or something like that, right? Okay. And so as long as I'm up at about 5 in the morning, and I eat my breakfast before 8 o'clock, and I eat lunch before 1, and then I eat my last meal of the day before 7 o'clock, and I hit the gym about from 8 o'clock to about 8:45, 8:50. Come back home, get a shower, do my post workout, and drink about a half a gallon of water before I go to bed. It's like it come off fast. It come off really fast. And so when you talk about them, go ahead.
It's something that you just said that resonated with me.
Go ahead.
So you was telling me, like, you had your time crunches on when you eat your food. What's the reasoning behind your time crunch to just eat the banana with the potassium? Like where are you getting your time crunches for? Is there a reason, a method behind it?
Because, like, if you're diabetic, right, and I am, so the best time to eat if you're diabetic to balance it out is diabetic's supposed to eat about 6 times a day. So if you get up at 5, you hit the shower, you should have your eggs and your toast, with your bell pepper and onions cut up in it,
that sounds
a
good,
little
man.
a little sprinkles of Parmesan over it. You know what I mean? And
that sounds
you
like
should have
life
that
right now.
cooked by 6:30 and you no longer 7. So in between that time from 7 to 12, you might want a snack, right? And so your snack might be a granola with some yogurt with granolas in them. You know what I mean? And so from there, you might have, say you still eat meat. So if you go to a restaurant, you might have a burger, right? So, but on that cheeseburger, you want to use the romaine lettuce as your bun, and then you want to substitute where you would have that romaine lettuce under the bun. If you would have that romaine lettuce,
hey, look, that sounds like a good meal today.
If you would have that
burger, son.
He called me Stephen.
Yeah, so if you
Jr.,
have
this Max Kellerman Jr.
Yes, he is. He's fancy, man. He said romaine lettuce. I said, man, that sounds delicious.
So, man,
that's gourmet.
If you would have that, you would use that romaine as your bun, but where the lettuce would normally be under the bun, you would have spinach leaves right there. Spinach leaves, tomatoes, red onions, you know, for a cheeseburger. And then if you want to sprinkle some mayo up under the romaine, you can. But I seen Terrell Owens on a workout plan, right? And he was talking about how he eats and man, what you talking about, bro? And he was talking about, you know, people will be surprised if they take the bread out and they just eat it with the lettuce, bro. You know, and he said you would be definitely surprised, man. And he, right. And he was talking about how he eat his oatmeal. He had the apple cinnamon oatmeal with the granolas and the bananas and the strawberries cut up in it. And so he was like, you know, I'm getting all that protein in one, and plus that oatmeal sticking to my body, so I don't be hungry until I get ready to go to lunch. So, you know. So I'm Max Kellerman now, huh?
yeah, because I thought about it, because I like every time we do I don't know if you ever watched our shows, Carlos, but every time we do a show and I'm asking the question, because I normally start off asking all the questions. Yeah. As soon as this joker jump in, boy, he be asking them deep. You see how deep he got with it.
Hey, man, he inspired me, man. Look, I'm sitting over and had a pen. I said, man, I'm glad I know what romaine, I know what burger you talking about, because I got to have it. I be seeing folks eating them like, I call them life burgers, man. When you take away carbs, you just wrap that joker up in that romaine lettuce. That's a life burger for me, brother.
Can't nobody come on our show and fake what they do. Because this joker do his research. He be knowing stuff I don't even be knowing. I be like, what in the world he be talking about? But I be learning stuff. Every time we go on this episode, I learn more from him than I do just this when they start talking about what's going on.
He's a big deal, man. And he's well spoken. He pay attention now. I like that, man. But I'm about to hit him with something and then think, man. What'd you say, Jay?
Charles, but before you hit me with it now, and then, man, it's a lot of things that you can do, man, because it's called, hold on, let me grab it.
Hey, man, he's a big deal, man. He
definitely. I see. And I don't care what sport we talking about. It be football, basketball, whatever. Whoever, wrestling, he knows something.
Yeah,
I see it.
Y'all see that?
Screenshot that to me and send that to me.
Yeah. So you know, this is this tea, man, with them 92 minerals that the body's missing. You know, you boil it, but you don't want to put sugar in it. You want to boil it and put honey in it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You want to boil it, put honey in it, and you want to squeeze about, you know.
Yep.
Right. So you want to squeeze that with lemon, and yeah. So you know, it's just my spiel on, you know.
Hey, you a big deal, man. You're not to be trifled with, man. and something's laying on my heart right now to tell you, man. And then this is going like shake the fabric of your thought process for what you're doing. What I need you to do is I need you to extract this one word out your vocabulary, and there's a reason why. Diet. Let that word go. All right. I don't know who was the first person to ever bring up a diet. And that's why when you was telling me about these time questions, I just wanted to make sure that what you're doing is based off discipline and not based off a singular focus, just based on the discipline of how you're eating. Because let me tell you something. We were never designed to diet in nature. And I know that sounds crazy,
right?
But what I want you to do is I want you to take away all this domesticated stuff. Look around you right now. All these walls that you win, right? All this stuff. We were meant to be out there in nature, hunting and gathering, right? And they didn't diet. What they did is when they died, what they would consider diet is not catching their food. And what does your body do? Your body is still primitive, no matter how domesticated we are. So when you do something outside of what your natural eating habits is, what you do is you put your body through a cannibalistic state because it thinks it's starving. So anything that you eat, no matter how small it is, it's going to store every single piece of nutrient in that food and store it in fat cells because they don't know when it's going to get another meal. So with that being said, one of the words and then one of the ways that I never consider anything I do as a diet. So once you stop doing that, because here I can say, oh, I'm gonna eat like this. But if your favorite meal is breakfast, you like to have dinner, and you might have a snack, and then you stop one of those things, your body's like, oh, what's going on here? Am I starving? Is there food around? So the moment that you get something, it's counterproductive to your body because you're gonna take it, and any piece of protein or something that's in that thing, it's gonna say, it's gonna absorb it instantly because you don't know when you're gonna get it because of the cellular craving, not the physical craving, but the cellular craving. Because in its mind, it's like, oh, I might be starving. So what you do is cut your portion.
Right. And then,
so you can still have that same craving. Right. And craving. So, go ahead. You're right.
And so that regiment, that regiment came from disciplining my body so I can control my sugar intake, with me being a diabetic. And so once you can control your sugar intake, then for people who have like high cholesterol, diabetes and high blood pressure and stuff like that, you definitely have to control your sugar intake, and you got to kind of cut down on your carbohydrates. So if you're used to eating, 3 pieces of chicken, cut it down to a piece and a half. You know what I mean? So you got to do stuff in moderation. You know what I'm saying? To really you feel absorb that naturally.
Yeah, because even when I went, people. I could say even when I went to nutritionist class, when I went to a nutritionist class for my diabetes, they basically was saying like, the main thing was not to have too many starches or whatever, but you could have as much meat and vegetables as you wanted. So you could, if it was grilled or baked, you could sit down and have 4 or 5 pieces of chicken, whatever, and as much vegetables as your body you wanted or whatever. But man, that time me and you was talking, and you was like, well, how'd you keep? I kept my A1C levels down. And I said, well, the biggest thing that the misconception is that you can't eat anything. And I was like, no, it's just telling you got to eat stuff in moderation. So
and that's the biggest part of food 101 right there, man. You can have what you want, but us as Americans, we got food in abundance. We like to overdo it, man. It's like you can go get the little 12-ounce drink, but you gonna get the 20-ounce drink. And it ain't something that you're trying to do. It's just subconscious. If I can get this for 25 cents more, why not get this for 25 cents more? Whether just getting the 12-ounce drink that could go ahead and it can nullify my craving. And that's what it was for me. And that's why with them Pepsis, bro, that is my kryptonite. Eddie, I'm telling you would die laughing, bro. Like the first thing I get that thing, man, I can't control it. You'll see me, I'm like, man, they shouldn't even put this in the stove.
You might mess wrong. You might do the whole case, then you get one in.
What? And we'll drink the whole thing in 1 second, bro.
Hey, let me ask you this though. My funny story. So I had a friend, back in Atlanta. He a big workout nut. Like I'm talking about. He run up Stone Mountain and all that. I don't know if you ever been to Atlanta.
He a beast.
Yeah, so he was doing the Stone Mountain workouts and all of that, and he'll work out 2-3 times a day. So the first time I worked without him a few years ago, he like, yeah, come on out here. So at first, because I really didn't want to come out, but I finally came out. Yeah. And this joker, first thing he had us running, we ran like a mile starting off, and he had me in the gym trying to do all the stuff he normally do. So when I got home that day, I had to sit in the salt bath and the whole nine. I couldn't move. Like I was literally like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, bruh, I'm like, and I told myself, no, you know what? I'm moving forward. I'm not working out with you. I said, this is not normal. You can't start me off the way you at. You over here. Oh, you know what I'm saying? And I'm back here, and you trying to have me do all this, and then come out, and then talking about you coming out tomorrow. Coming out tomorrow? Like, what you want me to come out in the wheelchair looking like this? I can't move.
Hey, he muscle shocked you, man.
Yeah.
Hey, look, he shouldn't have did that.
Yo, man.
Get you in, coach you
that man tried to kill you, bro.
He tried to kill me. I was like, bro, what are we doing right now?
Yeah, bro.
Also, man, because I started doing I started doing Planet Fitness a couple of years ago. You know, and their whole motto is you kind of work at your pace. So I found something that worked for me or whatever, as far as routine wise. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. So, because my biggest thing was I was just trying to get a little bit more muscle tone on me, whatever. Because I'm pretty much a decent size. My thing is that my gut. That's my main thing is trying to. But I had that gut even when I was a little kid, and I was probably. Well, I was 115 pounds, 4'8", 4'9", 5 feet, barely 5 feet, and still had a gut.
Hey man, I'm gonna make sure. Because I'm gonna start sending you some videos of some exercises to do, and I guarantee you, within 6 months, you're gonna have what you want. But man, don't start showing off, man, and showing your abs to everybody.
Hey, I'm gonna go here with my shirt off, like you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna be out here like Tupac with my shirt off on here, like yeah. I'm here, y'all. What's going on? What's good, y'all?
Hey, look, Jason gonna be like, boy, you done created.
I'm messing around, go down to the beach, get a tan and everything. I'm already dark as hell. Go down and get me another tan. Look, sure, I'm gonna be the dark skinned brother, boy. Y'all gonna think I'm the new Nino Brown out here. I'm gonna be looking so good, yeah.
This fella gonna be acting like he on Baywatch.
Oh man, but nah, man, I appreciate
this fella right here, man.
Real talk though, bro. Cuz I appreciate you coming on this morning, man. And giving us your time. And the crazy part about it was, I thought you was in New York, because when you talked to my brother, I thought he was talking to you in person. Like I thought y'all had bumped into each other up there. So I was like, oh, okay, so he must be up there in New York with my brother or whatever. You saying you still in the Pines? I'm like, oh man, that's cool, because last week I had Henry Douglas on. I don't know if you remember Henry Douglas. Oh, I lost him. He probably come back on.
Yeah, you lost him.
Yeah, I lost him for a second. He'll jump back on. But yeah, man, that was crazy, because that workout was crazy than a mug, man. I was just like, man, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, because I was about to say before we get up out of here, we got to go over these picks, these Sunday picks. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. Hopefully I can get him chime back on so we can close out with it properly. Huh?
Yeah. So we off today. So you ain't hear nothing out me today.
Yeah, I already know. I said, well, I get one Sunday. I got to talk about them Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? So we'll get into the first. So we got other game to talk about. So I know the first game we got them Chiefs and the Titans versus the Titans. You know what I'm saying? So what you think? Who you got? Who you with?
If Derrick Henry have a first half, he gonna annihilate them, bro. If Derrick Henry rush for at least 75 to 80 yards in the first half, it's gonna be a long Sunday for the Chiefs, bro. And then, bro, Mahomes need to just calm down, bro. He tried to do too much, bro. Like he tried to do too much acrobatic stuff, man. Like, bro, you Mahomes is the new Brett Favre. I don't care what people say. He is a gun-slinging quarterback, man.
Well, part of that
is hard, bro. You know,
part of that is Andy Reid's fault, because Andy Reid has entitled him and like empowered him to be able to want to do all those things, and he doesn't put a leash, some kind of leash on him to say, look, I get it, I know what you are, but we can't have these type of mistakes, especially right now, during the fact that the defense is not holding their own. So we can't keep putting our defense in harm's way, where they have to keep putting them out on the field because you throw an interception and they have to defend a short field or whatever. Or so he has to understand protecting the ball more, as far as, because I think he's thrown the most interceptions this year than any other time in his career. And a lot of that, like you said, a lot of that he's trying to make a play, he's trying to make a home run play on every play. And it's like, it's not necessary to do that. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's better to be methodical and take your time and get into the right play. Versus anything else. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's the biggest thing. Okay. Well, but I mean, I agree with you on that part. But I'm trying to.
But if Mahomes if he settle down and have a good game, if he settle down and just play the position like we know he can play, instead of trying to do all this acrobatic stuff, you know, I think like with his vision as a quarterback and how he can read defenses, I think they will beat the Titans if he just settle down. But if he don't settle down and he having a rough day and Derrick Henry get up early, it's gonna be a long day, man.
Yeah, it might be a high scoring game just for the fact that the Titans got a couple more weapons where they can score a little easier now than they could in the past. So it might end up being a high scoring game because neither one of these defenses play great defense. So you might see a game that might be in the high 30s. You know what I mean? Mid to high 30s or whatever. So I would say I slightly got the Chiefs, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Titans won. I don't got the Chiefs convincingly right now, but not like I would have probably in the past, but because I do think it's going to be a close game. Like you said, it's going to be the whoever imposes their will. So if the Chiefs going to be able to get down the field and do what they normally do, because I want to say Travis Kelce might be out today. But so that might hurt the Chiefs in a big way.
So you want to say that? Excuse me. What you want to say? You got the Chiefs 24-17?
I wouldn't even say that. I would say the Chiefs. I would say 31-27. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. All right. Yeah. I can do it. So would you have to see what happened?
Yeah, so next, I got my boys versus the Packers. Don't look good. Our defense is so bad right now. It's pathetic right now.
No, man, but all I'm gonna say is any given Sunday. But you know, it's just the defense coordinator got to make some adjustments, man. So you know, but it is in any given Sunday. But you know, as far as that goes, we got to see what happens because. To me, man.
Hold on, he came back.
I'm back.
Aaron Rodgers, you know.
Yeah. But yeah, what I was gonna say, because I want to close you out properly, or whatever. So I wanted to just say I appreciate you coming on here and give everybody your social medias and stuff that they can follow you at, or so because if you ever have a competition and I'm around, I definitely want you to shoot me some info. We'll come out and and check you out or whatever. You know what I mean?
Definitely coming soon.
Yeah, so yeah, definitely. I'll definitely come out and support you if I'm around to be able to do so or whatever. So because I definitely like to support family and I like to support people, especially for my community. I mean, anywhere. Like that's what this whole platform was built on. This whole platform was built on people like yourself and others who don't necessarily have that platform to be able to put what they do in the sports arena out. You know what I mean?
That means a lot.
People are going to say, why y'all don't talk about that? Because that's not what this platform is. This platform is for a certain reason. Yeah, everybody have their own platforms for a certain reason. This one's specifically for the sports the people or whatever, and especially for the little man and the little girl, the underdog.
That's lit. I hope this isn't the last time I'm on here, man.
Because
what y'all cast is out of sight, man. Y'all my guys, y'all.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like we always
doubt,
try
no
to,
doubt.
we definitely gonna bring people back. Yeah,
Definitely.
definitely. Like you just don't know the stuff that me and Jacob is cooking up in the kitchen right now. We like mad scientists. The stuff that we gonna come. We just getting started. So
Hey man, well y'all act like y'all been doing this forever, my G. Like this is legit, man. Like just y'all energy, man. Keep that same energy, my G's, because y'all got it.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. So basically, give me all your social medias. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean, or whatever, where they can follow you.
All right. So my Instagram is spoken word 23. SPOKENWORD 23. And you'll probably see nothing but me working out or something. On my Facebook, I'm a little more colorful on there. You'll probably enjoy that page too. It's just my name, Carlos Smith. You'll probably see me on there doing something like this, just showing out for no reason.
Yeah.
But all of my workouts and a lot of my big postings are in between both of those. If anybody has any questions as far as fitness or they have body goals, please DM me. I don't care what time of night it is or day. If you really have a concern, I'll do what I can do to assist. And the reason why I do that is because that keeps the balance in the universe for me. If I have the information is free, and I'll gladly share it to anybody that has a fitness or health journey.
Okay, I appreciate you. Cuz, and good luck to you and your future endeavors, brother.
Thanks, because I appreciate you. And Jay, man, you keep it a stack, my G.
Peace,
all
right, y'all.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so get back to the games. I agree with you when you said, any given Sunday, or whatever, because I do feel like we got a run in us, like a 3 or 4 game, like a 3 out of 4 or 4 out of 5, like we could win something like that if we just mentally we put it all together and do the things we need to do on the field, because we got the talent. We just, for whatever reason, it's not coming together right now. But I do feel like we can go on a 3 or 4 game run and get back in this thing. Because I was looking at our schedule moving forward. Our schedule is not that hard. It's teams on there we can definitely beat or whatever. I had us probably around at one point 10-7, 9-8. I still think it's attainable. We just got to put it all together. You know what I'm saying? But so I mean, if I was, of course I don't want to go against my team. So I ain't gonna go with my team. I'm gonna have a positive attitude. So I'm gonna say we beat the Packers in an upset. I'm gonna say we beat them 27-26. It's gonna be one of those nail biters. I say 27-20.
Okay.
27-26, and a nail biter.
Okay.
Next, I got. What you got?
I'm gonna say it'll be. I'm gonna say it'll be 24-21. Y'all losing overtime.
Okay. So next, I got the Bengals and the Ravens.
Ravens. 38-10.
Good Lord, you don't get a Bengals, don't you? I'm gonna say the Ravens. I'm gonna say 31-17. Because I just think right now Lamar Jackson playing out of his mind, and I think that the way he's playing, the energy that is putting around that team, it's almost like how Ray Lewis, when he was in his like peak or his prime of his career, I think the energy that he brought to that defense made them go to another level. And I think in the leadership, and I think that's what Lamar Jackson is doing for Baltimore. I think the way he's playing is energizing that team so much that they play extra hard, and they actually overachieving to a certain degree because they've had so many injuries, and they still find a way to win these games in an impressive fashion. So, I feel like this is one of those games they're going to continue that ball rolling. Now, eventually, it may catch up to them having all these injuries, but right now, I think that I think they just too much better. Bengals still young, still trying to learn their team. So I think it will be one of those type of blowouts, like 31-17. But then also, so next I got Panthers versus the Giants.
I'm gonna say Panthers 17-10.
Yeah. I say something like that. I'll probably go ahead and rock with that score. I'll rock with that score because both of them kind of like yeah. We can move on. Yeah. Then the next I got the Falcons versus the Dolphins.
Falcons. I'm gonna say the Falcons. I'm gonna say the Falcons 20-12.
I'm gonna say the Dolphins because the Falcons don't play good on the road. So I'm gonna say the Dolphins 20-16. Next we got the Jets.
Okay, I agree with that. Okay.
Next we got
the Jets.
Next we got the Jets and the Patriots.
Patriots. This is gonna be a big win for the Patriots, man. The Patriots like 38-14.
Okay. I'll say 27-13. I don't see Mac Jones putting up 38 yet. You know what I'm saying? But I do see them kind of blowing them out. So I say 27-13. Next we got the Eagles versus the Raiders.
The Raiders on a tear right now. The Raiders got a point to prove because the organization been getting so much flack. So I'm gonna say the Raiders, 24-7.
Yeah. I go with that score. Because I do feel like Derek Carr, and then I feel like that they gonna. I told you last week. I feel like they're gonna take off once they got rid of John Gruden. I think behind closed door. I think if you like they say that old saying, if you did a true serum with the players, I think most of them players probably was never really feeling John Gruden to begin with, and I think this was that boulder that lifted off their back. You know what I'm saying? To say he's gone, now we can play freely. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm gonna say next Lions versus the Rams.
I'm gonna say Rams. I'm gonna say Rams 28-21, or 28-24 because the Lions been having some battles where they hang in there, so you can tell they're in the rebuilding stages. But if the Rams slip up, it could be an upset.
And, it's funny you say that because of course, my nephew plays for them. I really want them to get a win or whatever. They play hard. Last week I think it was one of those games they got beat so bad because they was down from the week before. They were losing by that field goal at the last second. And when you're a young team, it takes sometime a couple of weeks to bounce back from a loss like that. So, I think last week the energy wasn't there. And they was probably like, man, it's whatever this week. So I believe this week they probably went in, had a good practice week, and then going to come back a little bit more determined, at least, have a good effort. So, like you said, I wouldn't be shocked. Like you said, football any given Sunday, I would not even be shocked if they upset the Rams today because the Rams may not take them seriously, come in. They might be they down week or they like, we're playing against the Lions, whatever, and they catch them slipping. You know what I'm saying? But I will go with what you said.
I do think the Rams may take them serious. It's because it's golf versus Matthew Stafford.
I forgot about that. You're right. Both
of those quarterbacks are gonna want the vengeance.
That's what's gonna make it a good game. That's what's gonna make it a good game because both quarterbacks gonna be laser focused, and they're gonna be out there making. Both teams gonna be trying to fight for their guy. They're gonna be like trying to stand up for their guy, like a old school fight. Like, bro, we got your back. We here for you. So I do think, so I definitely agree with you. It's gonna become one of those type of games. Yeah. So next we got the Bears versus the Bucks.
What we got?
Bears versus the Bucks. I don't know. 42-3. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's gonna be Bucks.
Yeah, man, 42-3.
So,
You gotta talk about this one. Man, it's gonna be a straight massacre. You know what I'm saying? Texas versus the Cards.
Right. The Cards massacre.
Yeah, I got the Cards 35-6. You know what I'm saying? The Colts versus the 49ers.
Yeah. I got Colts upsetting 49ers.
I'm gonna pick the Niners at home slightly, but I'm gonna go 20. I'm gonna go 24. I'm gonna go 20-17 in a tight one.
Yeah, that's a good score.
Yeah.
That's
then
a good score whether it can go either way.
Yeah, exactly. The last one, because think about it before the last one, because of that one, because Carson Wentz, you don't know what you're gonna get from week to week. You might get Carson Wentz, MVP Carson Wentz, or you might get, throw the ball to the other team Carson Wentz all day. So you just never know what you're gonna get with Carson Wentz. So that's, to me, Carson Wentz every week is gonna be he's the wild card every week. And that's bad. That's sad to say that your quarterback is your wild card every week. And that's what Carson Wentz. He's the wild card every week.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Last but not least, Saints versus the Seahawks.
I'm gonna take the Seahawks in this one. I'm gonna take the Seahawks 24-21.
See, this one tight because there's still no Russell Wilson, and I don't know. And the Saints still haven't learned how to use Jameis Winston. They don't know what to do with him. So I'm gonna say Seahawks just because they home at home, but I think it's gonna be low scoring, like 16-13 or something like that. It's gonna be one of them low scoring games.
Oh, okay.
Monday night, both teams gonna come out nervous in the beginning. They're gonna be, not being able to do nothing with each other until probably late in the third or early fourth before they actually start looking like a real team on both sides. You know what I'm saying? But so anyway, man. Oh, did you ever talk to Crystal about the other thing, about the Big O thing?
No, I will. I'll talk to her this evening.
Yeah, because I did, like I said, in my audition yesterday, so I'm waiting to see back for sure to make it official. But I think if we moved that from off of stereo over to there, I think it'll be a real big, it'll make a huge difference in what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? Even if she don't want to be on camera, we can even set it up where she don't even have to necessarily be on camera. She could just be on audio. She don't want to actually be on camera or whatever. I don't know how shy she is about the camera part. But if she don't want to be on the camera, she could still set up the page and then she could just be audio, but while we doing it on there live, like or whatever with the visual part of it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Ooh. But anyway, man, we thank y'all for coming on. We thank our guests for the day, Carlos Smith, bodybuilder from my hometown in Southern Pines, actually a little cousin of mine or whatever. I just found out who his peoples were, really, be honest with you, a few weeks ago. Whatever, I knew his brothers, his older brothers, but he's the younger of the crew, so I wasn't familiar with him as much as I was with them. But it was cool to have somebody from home and that was actually a family member on here that's doing big things in that world and actually military. So he's serving his country and at the same time doing what he loves in life. And that's all I ever encourage people. Like, at the end of the day, push to what you want to do in life. It's not always about the money. Sometimes it's just about the love of what you want to do in life. So that being said, follow me on you can follow us at 910 Sports /COG Radio. My personal Facebook page. I got a couple. You can go to my Eddie Jones, or you can I got Eddie Jones, ALB Consultant, where we do radio distribution. So you can follow me there too. Instagram, I got Ikon E19. I got Eddie Jones, ALB Consultant on there also. So you can follow. I just started a new one yesterday, 910 Sports. podcast Instagram, but they wouldn't let me put, for some reason they won't let me add my profile pic on there. It keeps saying it's not taking it for some reason, so I gotta figure out what's going on with that. But other than that, man, like I said, we just out here. We still are. We still signing up military folks for the 3M lawsuit. So if you know anybody who served between 03 and 15, got hearing loss and tinnitus, they can text me, they can DM me, and we can get them qualified to be able to receive some money. People are winning between $30,000 and $70K from that lawsuit. So definitely hit me up on all those things. And we, like I said, on Tuesday nights, for right now, we got 910 Sports Reloaded, 10 p.m. on the Stereo app. And we have Carolina Folk Talking Basketball Wednesday nights on Stereo at 10 p.m. with my man Jacob the Great and my girl Crystal. I call her Cries because that's what I started calling her Cries because she's like, I couldn't get the whole word, so I just put Cries. I say, well, I said, that's what I'm going to start calling you. Instead of calling you Crystal, I'm going to call you Cries. You know what I'm saying? For all you females that love to hear female talk sports,
Yeah.
one. She the one. She know her thing. She know her stuff. So what you got? What's your
She go. Yeah. So, man, just hit me up on Facebook, Jacob Anderson II, because that's the quickest, the way I respond, and I started a new Instagram. It's Jacob the Great 365. So y'all be seeing me more on there, video clips and everything, and shout out to all the high school and collegiate athletes, man. I see you. I'm coming for you. Don't worry, man. I'm gonna give you the flowers while you're doing your thing. So that's all I had to say, man. It's your boy Jacob the Great. Happy Sunday.
Yeah, he got about 37 podcasts, so y'all can't miss Jacob the Great out there because he got so many podcasts. Boy, he trying to be the next Steve Harvey / James Brown of entertainment. James Brown used to be the hardest man in the show business. With Jacob the Great, the hardest podcaster in show in the business. So, you know what I mean? So eventually one of them things gonna crack that nut and gonna blow all the way up out of here. And he gonna be on somebody's TV screen with a suit on, trying to look like Dapper Dan or somebody. You know what I'm saying? So but we gonna be all here to witness that greatness. Yeah, but anyway.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but anyway, we up out of here, man. Thanks TV Sports for letting us have this platform. Next week, also, we supposed to be transitioning to 8:30 a.m. Or whatever, going from probably 8:30 to 10:30. Because we about to move into some different platforms and on a bigger scale. So we basically gonna do that to try to definitely put ourselves out there on a bigger scale. But anyway, we up out of here. It's your boy Ikon. You know what I'm saying? I love.
Peace.